Assalamualaikum and a very good day, Dr. Nuraini. So today I'm going to present the analysis for my lesson structure, which is the sequencing. So the first one is for the pre-activity. For the pre-activity, I explained to them what present, past and future continuous tenses are, because during this lesson I had to teach these tenses. And then I gave one statement of past continuous tense is when you describe something that has happened in the past, but that thing kept on happening before some other events interrupted. And I gave them 1 minute for them to digest the statement that I just gave to them, and they have to ask me questions after the 1 minute has ended. And then for the while activity, I wrote sentences on the whiteboard and asked them to copy the sentences into their workbook, and then they have to analyze the sentence, whether the sentence is past continuous or present continuous or future continuous tense. Then after that, I gave them another set of questions for them to categorize whether it is past, future or present continuous tense. For the post activity, I instructed the students to get into groups of 4, and then they have to come up with at least 8 sentences of that tenses, present, past and future continuous tenses. But however, during the post activity stage, I did not manage to complete the stage because my mentor teacher had to cut the lesson short because he had another event to attend to, so I had to cut my lesson short as well. Okay, moving on to the strength of my lesson. So I think the only strength that I have in my lesson is that I'm able to attract students' attention, because they are of Form 1 students, so they are very active. It was after recess period, so they are very active, but I managed to capture their attention and make them sit and study and learn these tenses with me. So these are the videos. I'll show you the videos. So as you can see, the students are very good at responding to me. They are very good at responding to me, and they gave so much contribution in class, so much so that I asked questions, and every time I asked questions, they would answer me, even though they did not understand the questions. They would try to ask me what does the question mean. So I was very happy in terms of that. And then I realized that I have so many weaknesses during my lesson stage, during my teaching practice. The first one is too much teacher talk. Instead of letting the students ask questions and talk, but I was the one who talked too much in class, and it was more like teacher-centered rather than student-centered. And I explained for too long, which means every time student asked me questions, I would try to explain in a lengthy manner. It was very long, and I think students got more and more confused because of that long explanation. And I had no teaching aids. This is because I was instructed to teach Form 4 students at first, but then during the day itself, the principal told me that the teacher who was supposed to teach the Form 1 students was on leave, so I had to replace him. So I did not have the suitable teaching aids for the Form 1 students, so I had to go without teaching aids at all. And lastly is uneven pacing. Because I did not have proper preparation for this class, and I did not prepare in terms of teaching materials, so the pacing was quite a little bit off. And the video is here. Sorry, it's here. So as you can see, they got very confused over the time because I explained too much and then it was not their level to comprehend such explanations. And lastly, suggestions for me to improve my classroom. The first one is to lessen teacher talk and replace it with students asking questions. So instead of me giving them explanation on how and why do they have to understand this and this, I would prefer for them to ask me questions instead, and I would answer them, and that is when the opportunity to teach and learn comes. Then the next one is prompt questions only when necessary, because during my teaching practice I asked too many questions and it caused my students to get more and more confused. So I think I only need to prompt questions whenever it is needed. The third one is facilitate with explanation. So instead of me being the one who is giving them the knowledge, giving them the explanation, I would actually resort for explaining only when it is necessary and needed. And the last one is prepare proper and sufficient teaching aids. So even though I was put in the emergency situation of replacing the Form 1 teacher, so I should have been able to adapt and adopt the materials I've prepared for the Form 4 students and use it for my Form 1 students. So that is all. Thank you.